Hey guys, welcome back to Popcorn and Champagne.
This is season 6, episode 5.
Woo!
So Tiffany, why are we in these coats?
Because girl, we just left the repast, honey, of Monet Tejada from the Power Book Ghost 2 series. They have all just died and went away.
Yes.
So we had to go and pay our respects over the series. It has come to an end.
It has come to an end, and it was already 80 degrees outside, and we still wore these coats. But anyway, we had to pay.
For our girl Mary.
We had to pay tribute to MJB, but rest in power,
Oh, I love that.
MJB or Monet.
Yeah, and pour out a little liquor for her.
We'll drink
Yeah.
some for you.
But not on my floor.
Right.
Now it's time for
Infotainment. Well, we just left the funeral for Monet,
We
right?
did.
Power Book 2,
Yes.
Ghost,
Ghost.
is done.
It's done.
Yes.
I can't wait to see what's next. I know 50 has, his wheels in motion for the next, whatever that's going to look like. You know, he went and bought all this land in Louisiana.
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah, he wants to be the next Tyler Perry
Good
Studios.
for him. Good for him.
So I'm thinking that's just going to make him create all kinds of things that I'm so excited about.
I am too. Now, I will say, from what I'm hearing, and I did watch, the ending wasn't as big as a lot of people are saying they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But at the very end, Tariq got a phone call.
That's right.
And a lot of people think that it's Tommy.
I think it's Tommy. I think also Diana is trying to be the next Monet Tejada, which
Who's Diana?
is Monet Tejada's daughter.
Right. Daughter.
Yes. The last episode to me was very rushed. I felt like it needed to be 2 hours. I can't, and they have a bad habit of this from this franchise, is to like pack it all in at the end.
Yeah.
And I just thought I didn't like the way Kane left
Yeah.
and took Effie's money, and it just was too jumbled up for me.
Yeah.
And then Michael Ealy, his role as the dirty
Cop.
you never really got his background. I wanted Lorenz Tate to be the one to confront him, kill him, because Michael Ealy ended up killing his brother. So
That didn't happen at the end, though.
It did not.
No,
and
it
it
didn't
just
happen.
seemed rushed, and I just thought those characters deserved more for me.
Yeah.
But I still love the show.
Yep. Well, good. So now the next thing is Vanderbilt
Which is here in Nashville, Tennessee.
beat the number 1 seed Alabama. The city went crazy.
They did.
So what are your thoughts?
Oh, I
of the
loved it.
Gold?
I
You
loved
did.
every bit of it. I thought tearing down the goalposts was amazing. They carried it all the way down West End to Broadway to the Cumberland and put it in the Cumberland, which is so crazy to me because Vanderbilt ended up getting fined for that.
Yeah, as they should have. The SEC found it.
But it was out of their control.
Was it?
The students bum rushed the thing. What were they
Well,
going to do?
I mean, is it my turn? Can you ask me what I thought?
Yeah.
Ask me what I thought.
Ask you, what you
I
think?
thought it was thuggish.
Really?
I did.
Why?
I thought it was thugs tearing down the goalpost. I thought if it were black folk doing that, black students doing that, they would have called the National Guard. It would have been multiple arrests. They certainly would not have had a police escort.
They did have a police escort.
So I find it very disturbing. I understand the element of celebration. I
Yeah.
understand that's what a lot of people do. But if the shoe was on the other foot, would it have been such a big deal? I mean, it would have been a big deal because it would have been National Guard called in. That's what I think. That's my feelings.
But
if that was
isn't
students,
it tradition at some of these big schools?
that's what I
when they
said.
win
I
like
understand
that?
I understand that's what they do, but you don't see us doing that.
Well, HBCUs can't afford it.
Well, I mean, they appreciate what they have too. You know what I
Absolutely,
mean? So for me, I thought it was thuggish behavior.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was thuggish behavior.
I thought it was all in fun of the celebration.
Yeah.
I thought taking it to the Cumberland and throwing it in the water went a bit far.
I mean, you walked 2.5 miles.
They did.
3 miles holding this thing down. Sweaty, stinky looking dudes running down the street saying, "Let's go!" the whole time.
I mean,
So
it was a big deal.
I thought it was thuggish.
Okay.
I did. I thought it was thuggish.
Well, kudos to Vanderbilt, anchored down.
That's a huge win.
Yeah.
Huge win, tearing down the powerhouse of Alabama.
I know.
But we do know Alabama's not the Nick Saban Alabama right now.
No, but Kalen has been on a good run here, and I actually like him as a coach. So I was a little torn because I'm not normally an Alabama fan.
Right.
But I do like him personally.
Yeah. But I think some of the wins that they've had have not been of the caliber of Alabama that you're used to seeing. Like, they're barely winning things now. So I think this is interesting to see. I think he's going to have to get his groove. And I noticed, like, at one point, one of the Alabama players was going off. Nick Saban, he doesn't tolerate that. You know what I mean? And I think, like, the coach showed up one day with, like, a T-shirt on. And I think that, is a level of standard that Alabama has. And if the head ain't right, the body don't function.
Well, he's definitely not from the South.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And he's never coached at
And
SEC.
that's a different South.
Yeah.
But he was very successful wherever he's been. To your point, I think he does have to get in the groove.
Yeah, he's just got to get in the groove.
I mean, it's the same thing with HBCU. It's like no other place.
But
right?
it's big shoes to fill too.
You have to get into the culture.
Yes, the culture. You have to get into the culture. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I couldn't figure out the words to say it.
But this was a huge upset.
Yes, it was. It was crazy.
And it was a great game.
Yes, yes, it was. All right, now it's time for reality show recap. The Real Housewives of New York on Bravo is back.
The sharpest bitches on television. Do you understand me?
I do love this one. This is my favorite franchise. Even when it was before this new group came, I like this group. I'm digging this group. I like it. I really do.
Well, the only one is the new girl, Raquel. She's the only new one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's got 2 kids. She's a lesbian, right?
She is.
Okay.
She's a hot one, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is. She's gorgeous.
Her and her partner, Mel, raised her 2 daughters together. And she's a model. I like her. I think she gives a fresh breath of air to the show.
Absolutely.
And Uba, like I said, she's just stunning.
She never misses. She's gorgeous. And her cousin is on Dubai.
Yeah.
What was her name on Dubai?
Chanel.
That's her name?
Iman.
No. Is it Iman? Okay.
Right. I think it's Chanel.
She's on Dubai.
Yeah.
She's on Dubai.
They are cousins.
Yeah.
And but let me tell you, the stunner to me is Sai.
Yes, she's always very appropriate.
I mean, she's a hothead, and so this season she's trying to work on her temper and
because she was saying how she saw herself on camera last season, she didn't like how she was portraying herself.
She took no prisoners.
So now she's trying to really
calm it down. But she's conscious of it, so I'll give her kudos for that. Our girl Brian, I share with Tony. She getting on my nerves a little bit.
I like Brian.
I like her too. I do.
Yeah. I think what it is for us is this cutesy kind of like foxy Roger Rabbit kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's getting old. Right? It's getting old. Don't you think?
Along with her beautiful hair. I mean, her hair is gorgeous. But I told Tony, can we get some Marcel's on? We can get some Marcel's on
She needs some heat. She needs some heat. Not just that blowout. No. Not just the round brush. She needs some heat. Yeah.
And for all y'all know, it's the real old iron.
Those
they
are
put
the
it on
real
stove.
curling irons.
Yeah.
They put it in the stove, blow on it.
That's right.
Right.
If you had a curl pattern, forget about it. Because that's going to take it all out.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm so glad this is back. This is really good. I'm really glad. I think in Bravo as a whole, they giving us some stuff to watch this fall. I'm loving that.
But girl, what about Erin? We got to talk about Erin real quick. Her mother has cancer.
Oh, yeah.
And she's having problems with Abe.
Sweet
Abe, her husband.
I think we're going to find out it's a lot more to this story, too, because, like, they're just giving us the surface level of it.
Yeah.
But I think as the season goes on, I think we're going to know more. I know. I hate that. But I definitely hate to hear about her mom having cancer.
I hated that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's off to a good start.
It is off to a good start. And so now it is, the next show is The Housewives of Potomac.
Yes.
I love this one. They premiered on October 6th, again on Bravo. This is on Sunday night. I'm loving it.
It's loaded.
And they are talking about Karen's
Hugers.
DUI arrest.
Yes. So the whole show opens up with a car swerving.
Yeah.
They made it so dramatic.
Yeah, they did.
And she got a DUI. It was her second one.
Yes.
Which I totally forgot about the first one.
I did too, actually.
They got her for reckless driving and driving with a suspended registration.
Why don't you handle that kind of stuff?
Well, first of all, why don't you have a driver? These women, to me, make enough money. She made it kind of sound like she was upset that night.
Yeah, she's putting it on the weight of her mom and dad passing and Ray. I think they do drivers for the show. When it's off season, they get in a car and they go because there's no cameras.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There's no cameras. But yeah, to your point, she should have had a driver. But why is your car not registered? Why don't you handle your business? I mean, I don't understand that.
Well, and then they all rent their house. I mean, it's fine. But I'm just saying, like,
handle your business.
Yeah.
Handle your business.
Handle your business.
When you are on a platform like Bravo, and you are on a major show like that.
And you have products. You have all these things.
You can't afford to misstep.
No.
You can't afford to misstep.
Not the Grand Dame.
Not the Grand Dame, but the Grand Dame misstepped, and she got 2 DUIs.
But this is my thing, is that these women that on these shows that get these DUIs is a death sentence as far as them being on the show. Because guess what? They're looking every time they have a drink.
That's right.
They're
judged watching you
constantly. You know, it's the same thing for Shannon on the Housewives of Orange County.
Same thing for Luann when she was on the old New York.
Yes.
It's the same thing. I would watch them too. You know what I mean? I would be like, okay.
I just feel like that could happen to a lot of people.
Honey,
it could happen to me.
It has happened to several people we know, and we've just been lucky.
Absolutely.
You know, we just got to be more careful, honestly.
Yeah, but I like Karen. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
At 61 now. She's 61.
Yeah.
Girl, what about Mia, honey?
Oh, Mia and Gordon. Oh my goodness, and she's got ink.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is what's crazy to me. So she used to have this long-term relationship with Ink, right? He's this DJ, right, on a radio show or something. And they've been in love with each other since high school, but it just didn't work out, right? So she ends up marrying this older guy, which is Gordon, who she thought was rich, right? She thought that she hit gold, but come to find out it's fool's gold. But Ink wants to get a blood test on her oldest child to see if it's his.
I don't like this, and I'm going to tell you why. I hate it for the child that they're doing this on national television. And they're talking about his paternity. Yeah. And I feel like there's no sensitivity in this matter whatsoever. This boy has to go to school.
Good point.
All of that.
Good point.
I don't like that.
Good point.
A lot of these moms on these shows do a great job of trying to keep their children's names out of their mouth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a very good point.
I don't like this.
Yep.
But Gordon clearly still wants Mia and is not really feeling this Ink thing and her relationship with it. But it's about to go even deeper. Like there's going to be a confrontation with Ink and, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And Gordon.
Yeah, when they show, yeah.
I don't like it.
No, I don't
I wish
either.
she would stop it.
Yeah, I agree. And Ashley's ready to finally proceed with the divorce, right? So it's about time.
She looks great, by the way.
She does. Wendy, she is resigned. Why do you look like that on Wendy? She gets on your nerves.
I'm so over it. Like, she cannot figure it out.
Yeah.
One moment she wants to make candles.
Yeah.
Next she wants to be a podcaster. Like, dude, come on.
Figure out what you want to do. That's true.
Now she's resigning from her job. To do what?
But what did she give a reason why she wanted to?
She just says she's out here searching for something. To me, she's been searching since her second year on the show. And I want her to figure it out because I think she's very smart. She's very intelligent.
And her mom does not want her to not be a professor.
Well, their
culture is like education is very important, right?
Yeah. You know, she has I love her husband, Eddie. I mean,
I do too.
I think he's amazing.
He still has the edibles, right?
I guess.
Well, that's true. We don't know. That didn't come up in the show last time.
They ain't talking
and then Stacey, she is stunningly beautiful.
Is she not gorgeous?
She's gorgeous. She used to work for QVC. And she is a new cast member, and she's a friend of Karen. So I can't wait to see what unfolds with her because they noticed that her wedding ring wasn't on, and she is separated from her husband that she met on an airplane.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she did.
He's German.
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
Then Jazzy. I'm not feeling too jazzed.
Yeah, not that we didn't see her enough I didn't see her enough to get an opinion yet. Yeah, she wasn't on there enough.
She wasn't introduced well.
She wasn't. I agree with you on that.
Okay.
I just think we can't really have an opinion
I
on
can't
her
gauge
yet.
what's
Not
going
yet.
on.
Yeah, not yet.
And your girl, Giselle.
No, I like hers. That's my Sarah. Wendy's my Sarah too.
She is.
Mm-hmm.
She just continues to be messy and inserts herself and asks people 1,000 questions at the table.
Yeah.
No one could ask her barely one.
Yeah. But she's doing it to survive the show. She is trying to be on the show. And it was one time, what was it? Heavenly, that's on Married to Medicine. I know you don't really watch Married to Medicine, but you keep up with what's going on.
I peek in.
She says that they were all, one day they did a combined show. They did Married to Medicine, and then some of the people from Potomac came.
Yeah.
And Giselle, something was happening, and Giselle said to her, "Watch this." And she creates this drama. And so Heavenly said, to this day, I will always love Giselle because Giselle knows how to bring the funk and the drama.
And she knows how to stay clean. Like Andy Cohen loves her.
Yeah, he does.
Because she doesn't cause a lot of mess. She doesn't cause a lot of controversy on Twitter. She doesn't do all that.
I really wish Andy and Nene made up.
And
it's never going to happen. I hate that. Nene messed that up.
She did.
She did. She messed up because Andy loved her.
Oh, yeah.
He loved her.
She had the keys to the kingdom, girl.
She had the keys to
but
the
what
kingdom.
you ain't going to do is say that he, like, racial discrimination.
Yeah, that's
like,
heavy.
Andy?
Yeah.
I mean,
she messed that up.
And they settled, like, and you know.
They settled?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
But guess what you ain't gonna do is come back to Bravo.
And he said, that's what he said. He said that somebody asked him about her, and he said, well, I think Nene wants me to keep her name out my mouth, and that's what I'm gonna do.
And baby, when he speaks, he means that.
She messed that up. I hate that.
No, it's a shame.
Yeah,
she was one of my favorite housewives.
Mine too. All right, now it's time for
documentary recap.
Ooh. Love on the Run, Netflix.
Down in Alabama, I'm sorry, because the whole cast was talking like this.
Everybody talked like that.
They did.
Everybody did.
It was about Vicky White, and she falls in love with a man named Casey White.
Casey White was in prison in Alabama jail. Anyway, you guys know this story. This made national headlines because she was an officer who was going to retire with a bang.
Yeah.
She said she was going to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
And she falls in love with this convicted felon.
They had been sentenced for 75 years in jail. Like, his fate was sealed.
I mean, he was never going to get out of jail.
No.
Ever going to get out of jail. Anyway, and I think this is what I thought about her. She was one of these, they said she was a sweet girl, didn't bother anybody. She got some attention that she's been yearning to get for the longest.
That's right.
And she got the attention from the wrong person.
Yeah.
And so he seduced her.
That's right.
And they broke out of prison.
I mean, this woman was basically the assistant director of this correctional facility. She was well respected. She got like employee of the year all the time.
And a lot of inmates that were there,
they respected her.
They looked at her like a mother figure. One guy said in the documentary that, I didn't have a mom, and she filled that void for me. So she was that trusting kind of prison guard or whatever. Yeah. And they really had a lot of faith in her. So did everybody else.
That's right.
So
no one had a bad thing to say about this woman.
No. If you would think prison escape, you wouldn't think she would do it.
That's right.
That's how everybody felt about her.
Yeah.
And so they were on, what is it, 17, however long day?
11-day manhunt.
Yeah. And they were up in Tennessee. They drove up through Tennessee, and I think they ended in Indiana.
Yeah.
I think it was
so the switching of the cars, like this one guy, one of her co-workers kind of pointed this out. Look, you could tell she wasn't a mastermind because the first car she went and bought was like this bright orange SUV that sticks out like a sore thumb.
And then they tried to spray paint.
They did. And so initially, like, her coworkers and everybody thought, oh my God, he's taking her hostage. But then they realized, no.
Because they looked at the video, and you never are supposed to walk in front of a prisoner. And she was walking in front of him, and she left the door open for him to go out.
That's right.
So that's how they knew
Yeah.
that it was more to that. Then they started going on the phone.
Oh my
tapes.
God.
They're having phone sex. They're having.
She has a burner phone.
Yep.
And they've recorded all the conversations.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It was,
To me, that was the best part of the show.
it's sad. It's just
but
sad.
but it was, and they finally caught up with them in
Yeah.
a hotel.
And she said, we should. What did she
We
say?
should have stayed at the hotel.
Well, we never should have left the hotel. That's what she said.
I know, and it was a bad chase that ended
was.
tragically.
She shot herself.
She took her life.
Yeah, she did.
And I get it because, like, she could have never faced those people.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just really sad. Like, she lived with her parents. Her parents had no idea.
Yeah.
And she retired the same day she escaped with this man.
And what did she say? How she was going to retire?
With a bang.
With a bang.
And that one lady that worked with her, she said, and that's what she did. She was kind of mad at her, though,
Yeah.
for doing what
Yeah.
she did.
Yeah.
But the other guy was like, it was truly a love story.
Yeah.
It was tragic, though. But yeah, it's champagne moment for sure.
Yeah, I think it was. I thought it was good.
I
thought
loved it.
I did
It
too.
kept my attention.
Yeah, it did. Mine too. All right, next in documentary recap is Evolution of a Black Quarterback, which is on Prime. It came out September 24. I loved this.
Let me tell you something. This was loaded.
Oh,
with
tons of information.
So much history.
Yeah.
And just stuff I didn't know.
Yeah, so this is like Michael Vick, which you know is a quarterback at Virginia Tech. And he was also with Atlanta and also with Philly, right?
That's right.
So he went across America to talk to all these different black quarterbacks.
That's right.
Even he talked to even Doug Williams. He went all the way to way back when. Even talked to Tony Dungy when he was a quarterback. And how the history has always been saying that a black quarterback, it's not smart. To be black, you're not smart enough to be a quarterback. And how all of these people defied the odds.
That's right.
Right? And then one that stuck out was Fritz Pollard.
Who started it all?
Yeah.
He was the first in the 1920s.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, but he was before his time.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
wasn't accepted. And one of the things that I found that was interesting is that when it came to the draft, say for instance, who was an example I can use? Was it Warren Moon? It was one of them that went successful in college. The draft came and they were like, you're going to have to change your position.
Oh, yeah, that was.
And then they said no and went to Canada and played. Yeah. Can we just, I know what she's laughing at. Warren Moon, I'm patting the knee. I'm just patting the knee.
We'll have to tell y'all what that means another episode.
Warren
That's a
looks
joke that we have with each other.
great.
He does. He
Yeah.
really does look good.
But
yeah,
they weren't given the
opportunity.
opportunity
That's
to
right.
play their actual
yeah,
position.
Yeah.
And so they were like, oh, well, you can be a running back or you can be defensive
Yeah,
back.
but you're just not, you're not smart enough
or
to be
you
a
don't
quarterback.
fit the mold. You don't
Yeah.
look like the golden boy that we normally go to.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I found that really interesting that this is how these men were treated,
Yeah.
even in the 1980s.
yeah, yeah.
And so either you take it or leave it.
Yep.
Charlie Ward was the first black quarterback at Florida State. This man was breaking records all day long. Do you know what they said? That because of his weight, they felt like he was not strong enough to carry in the NFL. And so Charlie was like, if I'm not going first draft, I'm out.
I'm out.
So he went and played for the NBA, which also is interesting because a lot of these football players had dual
Yeah, they play both
sports
things. Yeah.
interests.
Yeah.
And he excelled in basketball. Yeah.
Yeah. I think too, I love the fact that they hit up a lot of some of the current day ones. And I was waiting for Colin Kaepernick, and I was glad that that was like the ending of it, because he, bless his heart, he was on an island by himself, but he got paid handsomely for it. They did reach a settlement, which is undisclosed. But the fact that, there's so many successful black athletes, like even in your notes, we were talking about Russell Wilson was the second black quarterback to win a Super Bowl, and that's sad.
And Doug Williams was the first.
Yeah, and that's sad.
I remember Doug Williams.
I do too.
And I know they related to him as being like the first black president.
Right.
I remember him. He was like the first one to say, hey guys, let's go to Disney World. Whatever they do that ad for.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was like really a celebrity, celebrated.
I'll tell you what, this to me was a champagne moment because there's a lot of things. You and I talk about sports documentaries. That's like our love language. We love those. And this one is one I say is a must watch.
It is. It's loaded with everybody, y'all.
And I'll say this is a must watch, even though for those parents that's got younger children that are in football or in sports, to watch this.
Absolutely.
Because they need to know the history of this, because this was really good. Kudos to Hokie Michael
and
Vick.
also what I liked is how he incorporated the white quarterback.
Yes, he did.
And he went back to talk to Steve Young and Josh Allen of Buffalo Bills. And they basically were like, you guys helped me.
Yeah, absolutely. And now what I do like is that of all the NFL teams, it's about half now.
Yeah.
It's about half black, half white, and, others. So we have made strides.
Oh, yeah.
We've not made enough, but we definitely have made strides. So that was good. I say champagne moment for that one.
And also the HBCU players that came out.
Oh, yeah, and they also gave honorable mention to Steve McNair.
They did.
And that's the thing, too. That's what I wish we would capitalize more on, is that HBCU quarterbacks, they don't get their just due. You know what I'm saying?
But, they were prominent back then because they were allowed to play at the HBCUs, right?
Right.
And so you didn't have a lot of black quarterbacks playing in the SEC and all of that.
Yeah.
So that's why they really stuck out, like Doug Williams at Grambling.
Yeah.
And,
Steve McNair at Alcorn.
Michael Strahan, Texas Southern.
Yeah.
These dudes were star players.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate.
I agree.
That the HBCUs kind of get a bad rap.
I agree with you on that.
They put out a lot of great star quality.
Yep. So next is Drama Show Recap, which is Penguin on Max. This is a drama miniseries. This actually premiered September 19th, and it's 8 episodes. So far, I think we're on episode 3.
Yeah.
This is Colin Farrell. He is so unrecognizable in this drama. Basically, this is the next chapter of Batman, right? This is good.
It's amazing.
This is good.
It's the transformation of Oswald Cobb, which is a.k.a. Cobblepot. And this is based on the Penguin and how he came to rise in Gotham City. Guys, this series, I was telling Tone, I love it.
I did too. I watched a lot of it today.
Love
it is so good. But one of the things too that I liked is that his way and his mastermind, I'm not gonna say I liked it, I thought it was intriguing of how he can lie so well.
Dude.
He can lie so well. So he kills this girl's brother,
That's
right? And then she's like, where's my brother? He's missing.
Yeah.
He's so convincing that he hasn't seen her brother, doesn't know anything about where he is, that you almost believe it.
That's right.
And then you line up your alibi. So you go and talk to your little girlfriend, your little friend girl or whatever, and say, hey, I need an alibi. I was with you last night, remember? And you just say it so eloquently. No, I was with my girl last night.
No,
so
girl.
I don't know.
He is the ultimate con man, and he is trying to get ahead, which we all know who the Penguin is, and he eventually, does.
Yeah.
But let's just, Colin Farrell and this whole makeup that they have in him, he is unrecognizable.
He is so incredibly ugly for somebody that is so incredibly not.
Dude, he has
It
a
is
club
ridiculous.
foot.
Oh my God!
And that was
and
disgusting.
He
walks
Did
like,
you see his
I did.
foot? Oh, it's disgusting.
He walks like a penguin.
That's why they call him Penguin.
But yeah, so Sophia Falcone.
Oh, she a bad chick though.
Listen, she's
a bad
the shining light of the series
Yeah.
to me. I mean, she is a scary character. And so her and Oz have gone into business. Oz is Penguin.
Yep.
Have gone into business together to start to sell this new drug that she's created. And so I'm gonna stay tuned because I really,
think this is
love
gonna be
it.
really good. This is definitely one to watch. If anything, I think you should stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Take a chance on this one. I think this one's gonna be good.
No, it's really
And
good.
I would love to see how far this is gonna go.
I know. Well, it's got to go for more than 2-3 seasons.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this goes a little longer because this is really good. This is intriguing television
It's
for
so
sure.
good.
Nobody wants this. It's a comedy on Netflix.
Woo! Yes, it's starring Kristen Bell and Adam Brody. I love it. It is a sweet little love story. And, it's funny. You know how you start a joke and you say, oh, Rabbi walks into a party and meets a, non-Jewish girl. And it's exactly that, right? And so he falls in love with what they call a shishka. Is kind of a little hot in the pants little blonde chick.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
I tried to watch it. It just wasn't working for me.
She knows nothing about being Jewish. But it's lovely. It's about 7 episodes. I liked it, and I think he's about to give up everything as far as being head rabbi to be in love with Kristen.
Aww.
It's sweet. And her family and his family, they really make it really comical. So I really liked it. And I love Kristen Bell. She always gets it right for me. So
Okay.
and I found it funny because her sister, they have a podcast.
Aww.
But it's about slutty girls and stuff. It's about dating life, you know what I'm saying? And I was telling Tony, do y'all know about the ick?
Oh, you told me about that.
Okay, so the ick is interesting to me because when I heard this on the show, I was like, that's happened to me. You know where you meet somebody and you start dating and you really like them, but then they do this weird thing and you're like, ugh. Like, I can't believe I lay down with him.
Ooh.
It's ick.
Ick.
Yeah. So I love the term. I thought it was funny because it's real. Everybody gets the ick every now and then. It's like, stop it. Don't do that. Or you won't get anything else from me. Just stop it. Anyway.
So is that a champagne moment for you?
It is for me.
I tried to watch it. That's just not for me. It's okay.
You're not a gushy, lovey girl.
Give me a documentary. Give me political documentary. Give me a sports documentary. Give me a crime documentary. And then I'm there. I'm just not that rom-com kind of chick. That's just not my thing. Unless Idris Elba's in it. I'm going to watch it.
You will watch it if it? Okay.
If Idris was in it?
Yeah.
Idris Elba?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying it would be gushy.
I would watch it.
Yeah. He's fine.
He's gorgeous. Now it's time for what you watching. Mr. McMahon.
On Netflix. It airs September 25th, and it's documenting the career of the WWE founder.
Chairman and CEO Vince McMahon.
That's right. I thought it was kind of interesting. I don't think I really learned much. The only thing I really kind of learned about it was his relationship with Hulk Hogan.
Well, for me, I thought it was 6-part documentary. That's too long.
No, it didn't. It
was too long. It could have been 2 or 3 episodes.
Absolutely.
It was too long to me, and I didn't really. And this was something I was really looking forward to watch. I didn't find it good at all. But that's in what you're watching. Y'all can check it out. If you want to. But I didn't think it was very good.
And it was kind of typical with him being with the allegations of sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
I'm like, is everybody touching people inappropriately?
Everybody's getting caught now.
Jeez,
everybody's getting caught. So next in what you watching is Love Is Blind is back for season 7 on Netflix.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love this series, and it's loaded, honey, with black women.
Oh, I need to check it out.
Yeah, and they are beautiful.
Love and Marriage Detroit is on what? OWN. It's back for season 2. This is one I did not watch. I've never watched it. I don't get it. It's not good to me. I guess because I really like Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Yeah.
This was just
not. When are they coming back?
I think soon, because they did like a mid-season finale. So they should be coming back.
Yeah, they left them over in the island for
So it's supposed to be coming back.
Okay.
It should be coming back.
Yes, ma'am. The next is House of Spoils, horror on Prime Video. I was kind of disappointed about this because Ariana DeBose, who is a Tony Award-winning actress, is phenomenal in everything she does. And I'm not saying she was not phenomenal in this, but just the quality of them, it just left me hanging.
I started watching. I haven't finished it, but I didn't think it was that bad so far.
Okay.
I have to check it out. Maybe I need to keep watching to see.
She plays a chef, and she goes into her own restaurant, but the place is haunted.
Yeah, I saw
And
that in the
she's-
bugs and stuff. I was like, yeah.
And she's feeding people bugs
Yeah.
and moldy bread.
Yeah.
But everybody thinks it tastes delicious. And it had me in the first 40 minutes, and then it lost me at the end.
Okay, see, I'm within the first 40 minutes
Okay.
because I was thinking it was kind of good. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, this is not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
okay.
I absolutely love her.
Okay.
Um,
All right. Cool.
She's so beautiful.
The next one, which I am going to go see this weekend, is Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. And this is a 2024 documentary film about the life of Christopher Reeve. As you know, he had a horseback riding accident that left him paralyzed. Everybody knows he is Superman, right? Christopher Reeve
I
is
loved him.
Superman. And it talks about his life and how he was really trying to focus on people with disabilities and their rights and things like that.
Him and his wife were advocates.
Yep,
so,
they were advocates. His son Will is on ABC. He is gorgeous. He looks
is
like him.
gorgeous.
He's on AB. He's on GMA.
Because the mom died of cancer.
Yeah,
right?
like a year after
Yeah,
he did.
that was
so
so
I think
sad.
this is going to be really, really good. I'm very excited about that. And the next is Saturday Night. I can't wait to see this one too. This comes out on October 11th as well. I'm a huge SNL fan. That's appointment
So it's going-
television for me. So it's a movie.
It's a movie about
about
I saw that.
how this got started and when it started 50 years ago.
Yep.
Lauren Michaels and how all these young comedians came together and made this show. I can't wait to see
Can we
it.
just give a shout out to Maya Rudolph?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
She is killing it playing
I
Kamala.
love her when she plays that. It is so funny.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. It's one word. Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
Listen,
It's one word.
no one else can play
No,
Kamala but
no,
Maya.
No.
She is freaking killing
She's
it.
killing it. It is so good. That is definitely a point. I've seen just about every episode.
No,
of
I love
SNL.
Saturday Night Live.
That is appointment TV for me. All
I
right.
agree.
Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Popcorn and Champagne. And make sure that you go to our social media where you can follow us at.
Popcorn_champagne.
Yeah, and also major shout out to our sponsors, Colonel's Popcorn.
Yes. And please subscribe to our YouTube.
Yeah, subscribe.
Yes.
Take a chance on us. I think you'll like it. Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye.